Hello, guys. So I had a comment by Ala Red Dog here saying, "Hey, Wanchulo, hope everything is well. Can you explain to the people why Mexico did not want to identify races on documents? Thanks." Which leads me into this video, which would be perfect because people have this common question when they're new to genealogy: is well, when do they state the race? And obviously, there's the very short answer of okay, pre 1821, they'll state the race. They'll state the caste on baptismal, marriage, or death records. But that's not always the case. So I wanted to make a little bit more of an extensive video, not long, obviously, because again, the focus on this channel is to try not to be too long. Although when I make my main genealogy video explaining all my techniques, that's probably going to be 30 to 40 minutes. So I have third great grandparents, Cipriano Arizmendiz and Maria Zenobia Alcala y Escobedo. So let me show you guys what's interesting. Okay. So they had a child, right, in 1914. So that's very recent, guys, right? And I have the birth record brought up. She was born 1914 and she died, a few months later, which is very sad. However, here in the birth record, they, have some really important information. And obviously that child that they had is not my direct ancestor. It's a sibling. Again, reinforcing my other video, always check the siblings in the records because has some pretty interesting information. So what does it say? Well, it says Cipriano Arizmendiz, casado, labrador, de 42 años de edad, de raza indígena mexicana, católico, originario de General Cepeda y vecino de esta vía hace 5 años y presentó viva una niña explicando que es su 13ª hija que nació en esta vía el día 16 de la actual y en las 8 de la noche. Y que le puso por nombre María del Refugio Arizmendiz y que hubo en su esposa Zenobia Alcala de 35 años de edad de la misma raza y religión. So what it's saying, and sorry for stumbling here, it's a little hard to read the cursive. This is actually really good at writing, but sometimes it throws me off to, so I'm trying to be faster here for the sake of the video. So it's saying that he is of the indigenous race and his wife is the same thing of the indigenous race as well. And this is 1914. The caste system was outlawed when Mexico obtained independence in 1821. So this shouldn't be going on, but some records do have it. And it just depends on the location. It's really dependent on the church, the location, whoever the hell is writing the record, because they can choose to do whatever the hell they want. I found records for like my great grandfather over here. Actually, I'll bring him up. That wasn't even the plan, but I'll bring him up just to show something. This is kind of rare. This isn't a common thing whatsoever, but here in his birth record, 1926 in Monclova, he pops up as de sangre indígena mezclada con blanco. So, indigenous race mixed with white, or indigenous blood mixed with white. So, it just depends on the record. That's why I'm saying be thorough and check the records. And now, obviously, I'm not going to give you guys false hope here. It is not common for a record to state the race after 1821, but I mean, that's the correct textbook answer. Really, it's not common for the race to be stated after 1836, I would say. I found some records well past, besides these, well past the caste system era, like 1835, when it should have been outlawed 14 years prior, that still say the race. And that's what I'm about to show you. So my third great grandmother, Tomasa Salinas, was baptized 1835 in December. So let's take a look at a record and I'll read it for you guys. I want to read the whole record out, even though I might, take a little longer to read it because I want you guys to be familiar with the church jargon. So hopefully you're bilingual and you can understand what's being said. If you're not, then I'll basically tell you, I'll try to give an approximation. El año del 700 de 1835, en 28 del dicho mes, yo el presbiterio Manuel de Calvera, cura, encargado encargado juez eclolástico de esta vía, bauticé solamente y le puse los santos oleas y crisma a una infante india que nació en Venaditos, a quien puse por nombre María Tomasa, hija legítima de José Antonio Salinas y de Refuna Osornio. Fueron sus padrinos Máximo Gámez y Eusebia Salinas, a quien advertí su obligación y lo firmé para que I can't make this out. I don't know. I don't know the last word. So I can basically read most records completely, but other ones I will struggle with certain words. I'd have to like take a look. Sometimes I use shorthand, like that's not a complete word. A lot of times I use shorthands. Like, look, this SET is setecientos. Well, actually, no, that's no. I misread it, guys. No, en el año del Señor. This is just shorthand for Señor, but it looks nothing like an N. But that's del año del Señor. I'm familiar with church jargon. So again, even I have to take, like I said, my time to look at a record properly. But as you can see, Infanta India, well, she was Native American. She was indigenous, and is saying this in 1835, which is well past the time that the caste era should have been ended, right? So, that's just an example. But basically in church jargon, so this is kind of how they frame things. And the reason why I read the whole record, but for those of you that struggle to read Spanish, right? Or, maybe you don't know Spanish, you don't necessarily need to know every single word that it's saying. You just need to pay attention really to the date, the location they're saying they're from, the race, the fact that they're hija legítima or hija natural, or natural being that they were born out of a union that was, of two people that were not married. That's what natural means. Normally, you'll just find one parent listed. You won't find the father listed in that case. So he's just saying 1835, 28 of the said month, which is December, because I already know that. The Presbyterio, I don't know the Presbyter, Presbyter Manuel de Carrera Cura, who is the in charge judge of this little villa or church, baptized, and he put the christening on an Indian infant who was born in Venaditos, and he put the name Maria Tomasa, legitimate daughter of Jose Antonio Salinas and Refugia Osornio. Her godparents went, named Maximo Games and Eusebia Salinas, and he basically, informed them or warned them of their obligation, and they signed. So that's basically what it is. Sorry for butchering it, but I'm doing my best here, guys. My Sharingan is developed, but it's not, it's not a Rinnegan. Okay, so let's go over here. Here's the, and look again. That was in Venaditos. That's where she was from, and the church was Armadillo de los Infantes in San Luis Potosí. Now, here's another city in the same freaking state that's not that far away, okay? In Ciudad del Maíz, right? And you're about to see something different. Now, I'm not going to read the whole record to save time here, but José Serafino, right? Ciudadano del Valle de los Dolores, from the Valley of Dolores, hijo legítimo de José Teodoro Zapata y María Anastasia Lamas. So, legitimate son of those people that I just named. The names don't change. No race is stated. It just stated he's from the Valley of Dolores. That's it. This is in 1826, and this is in Ciudad del Maíz, okay? In this Purísima Concepción church, okay? In the same freaking church, okay? 1823, in 1823, here's another record for this random person that I'm not related to, Maria Trinidad India Pame. It's stating the tribe. It's stating the tribe and the race, and that's only 3 years before. But wait a second. But the caste system was outlawed in 1821, right? So how can it be? Over here the changes are reflected, right? This guy, no races are being mentioned in 1826 over here, but over here in 1823 races are being mentioned. So like I said, it's it's really dependent, again, not just on the place, but the church official who's actually doing this. Because they're free to write down whatever they want. Now, it can be illegal, but I mean, a lot of times they kept just perpetuating the caste system. That's lucky for you. Because if that's the case, well, then you know what your ancestor is. You know, you trace to that, and you can continue to build on that. So that's those are treasures. Those are good golden nuggets right there. So yeah, to answer your question, when does it state the race? Well, it all depends. So it could state the race in the early 1900s and late 1800s. It could state it 15 years after the caste system ended in 1821, right? So that's just kind of a toss up. But it can most certainly, or it will most certainly state it before 1821. And I've seen cases, actually, you'll run across this depending on the location, because every location did it differently. But certain places did not state the race on baptisms, but they would state them on the marriages in the same church. Other places were completely the opposite. They would state the race on the marriage, but not, on the baptisms, but they wouldn't state the race on the marriages. So it's just dependent on the church in question and the location. Every place did it differently. A lot of them really just did it differently. It's just a huge mess, guys. That's what I'm just trying to convey here. So your best bet is to get to 1821, but keep a good eye, look out. Now, as for Owl Red Dogs, question, why did they not want to state the race after 1821? Well, there was caste wars, and Mexico was a new independent nation free from Spain. So they were trying to do away with that whole concept to try to unify the country under one banner without divisions. And so that's why they just stopped putting caste and they stopped putting race on documents, to purport this national message, obviously, to I guess form more solid, solidify the country more, right? Sorry, my vocabulary's failing me here. I guess it's late. I guess I'm tired. But yeah, I hope you guys found this useful. And if you got any other questions, let me know. If you already asked me a question and I haven't made a video on it, just give me some time, bro, because I will. So I will get to you guys. Thank you.